today from beautiful Burlington, North Carolina. Now let's hear it for our host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright.
What's up, people? I got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Good to see y'all on here. I think there's more people on here that I can't see. I don't know how that works. Also, yeah, see if you can get this to work and zoom it in so I can see what's going on. I know they can see a different version, but I can't. You know what I'm talking about? It's up there. It's that camera up there. Give it to Chris Hill. He knows. Hey, guys, I am fired up about today. I appreciate y'all plugging in. I have a couple of big subjects, details for you, but the big message I want to talk about is our national convention coming up. And what's your name, best friend of Tyler? Darrell, we have an event coming up January 20, 21, 22, 23. So really the 20th agency managers are invited. That's Thursday night. Our CEO will be here. I'm not saying you won't be able to get in and see him, but it's for agency managers and above. Brian Adams will be here. And then Friday morning, the event starts bright and early, I think 8 a.m., and it's going to go all late at night and then all day Saturday. And it's going to be a hell of an event. I think it's going to be the best convention we have ever put together. I know it's going to be a springboard going forward because we're changing a lot of stuff for the good. Marcus Setta is going to be doing a hell of a lot of coaching. And he took a group called World Ventures Group with a mediocre product, a sales product for, I shouldn't say sales, a travel product. He said it was mediocre, meaning it wasn't a great product. Compensation was mediocre, not great pay. And they had 250 people at a meeting, and they hired him to be the trainer to build the organization. They went to 10,000 people attending meetings in less than 2 years. 10,000. Now, the way it works, Doran, hey, say your name. Doran, hailing from Austria/Georgia. However many people, Israel, okay, whatever. Austria and Israel. All right, so if you have more people at the event, if you have more people there, you have more overrides, making more money from the efforts of other people. And that is the number that you can trade for partnership and integrity. So Darrell, you hire other people and they're making money, you get a percentage. It's called an override. And the more of the overrides, the bigger the cash they give you to become a partner. So you trade your overrides for partnership or stock and cash. Does that make sense? Yeah. So then you're a partner. It's the same way with an accounting. If you're an accounting or a lawyer, I don't know if you ever thought about being a partner at a law firm. I always did. I was like, I don't want to be a partner because I want to make money off of everybody, not just the people that I hired. Does that make sense? Or just the accounting that I do. I want it spread out because I want other partners making money to help me make money. Does that make sense? So I've joined and I'm now a partner with this group called Integrity. Yesterday, Robbie Kraft had his television on and they were talking about integrity and he's like, whoa, go get Albright. So Bree come over here and got me and I come over there and on the television screen was Steve Young talking about football and how football is like business and business is like football. And then he got our CEO, Brian Adams, talking. It was on Yahoo Finance. And let me tell you why that's important. This is what drives our stock price up. Popularity, recognition. When people know it, the stock prices go up. Also, more people coming to more events means more people selling, so the stock price goes up. Since I've been involved, the stock price has went up 400%, less than 18 months. So if you traded some of your money, your overrides, for a big chunk of stock, and then it goes up 400%, 1,000%, 2,000%. Does that make sense? It don't make sense, but it's unbelievable. It's It's how I'm able to do stuff that I always dreamed of doing. I don't know if you've ever dreamed about doing stuff, but so going to this convention does matter depending on your dreams. Like, what do you want out of life? Because the comfort zone, there's a lot of people that live in their comfort zone. They go, it's pretty good where I'm in. My wife, she makes good money. Or my husband makes good money. I make good money. And, you know, what is good to you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. To be clear, I like people in their comfort zone. I just need some people that want to get out of their comfort zone, right? Because I see people with, I don't know, low income, travel to Disney World, travel to Vail, Colorado. They travel to Mexico. So I'm going like, anybody can do this, right? And they go in these all-inclusive places, and they just have all they want to drink, and all they want to eat, and they get to go. So what's different at the crazy levels? Well, I mean, I can tell you, but I don't want to beat anybody up about it. It's just different. It's different, like who you're hanging with. I love it. Now, we'll see if you like it, but do you want to go to the different level? Do you want to get to the success mode that money just, I don't say money don't matter, but it kind of don't matter. Like, as in, you got so much money that first class seats, like I saw one of my friends posted, hey, what a treat to go first class somewhere. And I was like, yeah, I don't remember the last time that I didn't get first class. I won't book a commercial flight. Missy books them, but she don't book them unless they're first class. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy talk to me. And that's what I wanted it to be like. Now, most of the time I'm on my own jet, which is another different level of stuff. But I'm just saying, if you want to take the lid off, I want to tell you the first biggest step, Tyler. Okay, bro. Who gets the most people to the events wins the most money. Does that make sense? So, like, if you're a boxer and nobody comes to the fights, you're not going to make any money. You see, the event, if you're a WWE, right, if you're a wrestler and nobody comes to see you beat the hell out of somebody or get the hell beat out of you, you ain't going to make no money. See, the reason what people don't realize this, Ric Flair is kind of famous. He was not popular because he'd win a lot. He was popular because of the way he lost. He would lose with blood all in his blonde hair and screaming bloody murder and acting like he was going to die, and they'd hit him over the head with sledgehammers and throw him off buildings and stuff. And people love to win like that, and they love to see Flair beat up like that. See, if you don't get people to the events, you're not going to win. Make sense? So I got it to my little event. We had like 75 people there, 150 people. No. I'm talking the big event. There's two big events you want to get people to, okay? When we pull together, all the meetings are important. All these little meetings, these 200 people meetings, 175 people meetings, they're very important. But these are die-for meetings. You ready? Our national conventions, when we pull the whole country together, and the partner meeting in Dallas, Texas, once a year. You see what I'm saying? To become partner, I can't bring you unless you're a partner. But when you become a partner, I'm going to sell you on coming to that meeting. You say, well, if I was a partner, of course I would. Not necessarily. Like, our national convention is coming up January 20. Not everybody's going to be there. Well, that's different. Yeah, it's different because it's on the path to you becoming a partner. It's not you being a partner. It's on the path to becoming a partner. So here's where people mess up, Duran. They don't understand how violent, animated, convicted, psycho, lunatic I am about conventions. It started 30 years ago when I was part of a company, and they said, come to the meetings. And then it was a period. I was like, I guess I got to go to the meeting. And they said, bring your wife. So my wife, she didn't want to go. She don't want to go to the meeting. I said, you need to go to the meeting. Well, we're going to get rich. You need to go to the meeting. She said, I don't want to go. I said, I need you to go. I want you to go. I love you. I'm begging. I'm pleading. Please. And she's like, okay, I'll go to this one, but I'm not going to this next one. I said, I don't care. But this one you're going to go to. She's like, yeah. And then I did that with every event going forward. I would just get her to that meeting. and then another meeting. Now she's smart as hell. Like she knows stuff. She's a big asset to the company. She talks to the ladies. She knows what to say to them. She knows what to tell me and remind me of stuff that I didn't know. So I would get my spouse there. You hear what I'm saying? Like, the most important is you getting there. Next important is getting your spouse there. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. I want to talk about getting to these meetings. How, why, when, what for, what's the benefits, the whole concept. Okay? So let me tell you this. Tia handed me this and reminded me of the rules. We did massive discount tickets. I don't know what they were, $305 or something like that. And we let people put $50 down to hold the ticket. But you got to pay it off before December 1st. So even if you put $50 down, if it's not completely paid off, your ticket price goes up to $512. So if you want the discount price, it's got to be paid off. If you know somebody ain't using their discount price, you call them, you say, I want your price, and I'll pay it off. But we've got to get moving on this because December 31st is coming on strong, and I want you to get in at the best price possible. This $305 or whatever it is the best pricing we will ever do for a national convention. We're putting out all the food and Mark Aceta training, Jeff Bright training, Tim Go training, myself training, some of our top leaders training, and all the food. We're not going to do it like that again. You know why? It's dumb. We need people committing to their future, not us bribing them to their future. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the price is going to go up December 31st. Get in at this meeting at Dirt Cheap, where we're going to be paying for all the food and everything, because we're going to be telling you about the next meeting we're going to do in Reno, Nevada, Vegas, Nevada, Houston, Texas. We're going to do it somewhere else besides Burlington, and it will not be this good of a deal. You say, how are you going to promote it if it's not this good a deal? I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say it like this. The committed people will be at that meeting. The not committed will not be there. So we will sort and pick who we know we need to work with. Your team, based on who comes to the meetings. Does that make sense? Now, if you say, I thought it was going to be based on who sells the most. I promise you, the ones that come to the meeting will sell the most. I've been doing this for 30 years. It's never lied to me. The people with the most butts in the seats. If you're a big church, more people get lives changed. Little church is important too. Little church is important too, but not as many lives are going to get changed. Does that make sense? Little business, very important. Big business, more people's lives are changed, more money made. This is making sense? All right, so this is a big deal. Please spread the word. Take a picture of that and get that out. What is this?
That is the price now.
It's not 305. It was 305.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 415.
Mm-hmm.
It went up.
It went up.
Okay,
November
y'all.
31st.
If you've been snoozing, what?
It went up November 31st.
November 31st, it went up to this price, 415. It went from like 305.
Uh-huh.
The later you wait, the more it costs. So the 305 price is now 415,
Uh-huh.
and December 31st it goes up to 512.
Yes. And if you already have a ticket and it's not full, it goes to 512.
If you have a ticket and it's not paid in full, you should have to pay 415. They can get those for 305.
Any ticket purchased right now that's not completely paid off on January 1, all of their ticket goes to 512.
How about if they do it today? They bought $50 2 months ago and they pay it off. Well, they got to pay off.
They have to have 415 paid off by December
415. So the price is 415.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now you know 415. If you didn't go ahead and pay it off, and if you wait until January 1st, it's going to go up to 512. Okay. I'm loving this. See, you know, I never wanted to be part of something that you had to give everything away. Like, I wanted to be part of something that we were trying to take stuff. Like, we were going to war, like Marines, okay? Like those Rangers. I want to go over there and shoot them. You with me? Like, I don't ever want to be afraid. I never wanted to be scared. I wanted to be the aggressive one. Does that make sense? I wanted to be on that team. Whether it's my football team, a basketball team, a baseball team, my hockey team. On a hockey team, especially, do we have a good fighter on the hockey team this year? got to have a good fighter on a hockey team, right? Now, do we have people to jump in behind him, like after he jumps in and punches him in the face? People come running there behind him.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that's going to come in and jumping out. You hit him in the face, I'm going to be right behind you, hitting him in the back of the head and getting in the punches. I like them UFC fights where they go and just beat them like that, you know. Like, they don't hit them like this, they just beat them like that. You know, it's like, that's got to hurt. You know? They got this little opening. They just, okay. All right. So, what all I got to cover with you? Oh, my gosh. Okay. We are posting this probably now. It's the new levels chart. We had a lot of suggestions trying to get people when we reduced the volume required for promotions. Hello, and everybody lost their mind excited, and we changed it from having 6 different organizations to just 2. Everybody lost their mind excited, and then the glow bonus, you had to still have 3 legs. You had to be a qualified agency manager. So it was almost like 2 legs, 2 legs, 2 legs, volume, 2 legs, and then 3 for the glow. So the suggestion was made, and I listened and thought and all kinds of stuff, but the suggestion was made that we make people glow eligible when they're regional managers, which only requires 2 legs, and it's $55,000. So a lot more simple to understand, a lot more simple to hit, very clear. So if you got a guy and you want to get, or an organization, you want to get glow off of them, this will be defined. Preston's going to put down a definition and tell you how you lose it and how you get it back. All that's coming out. But this is the new levels chart. Now, also, when I looked at this, and I looked at the rings that you get when you become an agency manager, and I said, oh my gosh, I love these new rings. It's got the cool A on it, and for the Alliance, and then it's got N24/7 on it over a flag and the integrity symbol. It's bad to the bone. So everybody that's getting rings this January are going to get this badass new ring. Everybody is going to be jealous of you because you have this new ring, including me. I want one of these. I said I will pay for one if they will let me. So we will see. If you have the old ring, you should be proud of it. You got it under tougher conditions, and what you need to do is go board member so you can get this ring. So I think the new board members have the new upgraded technology and everything else on it. I'm excited about it. So this is going to be posted and available. This is effective January 1. Merry Christmas, by the way. This makes it so much easier, simple to explain, easier to hit the numbers. All right. Also, we have a new 100% grid available, and we moved CFG up. CFG's new product now is at the 100% commission at the 100% grid, just like Forrester's. I'm so excited about it. Just like American Amicable, and all your CFG products are now convertible to a UL product. And we moved CVS up. That is reminds you, that is the highest final expense commission there is, and the highest renewals are with CVS. So smart to always look to that when you're looking at older ages. All right, so this is published. Oh, also with HMAs, we're now paying advances. So we put that that commission is on there for advances, so you know. All right. What else? I got other details. Oh, I want to show you this hat we got coming. Check this. Can y'all zoom? Can they see this? Are we zooming in on this? Do we know? So we don't know. Do you know?
Your remote stuff.
Yeah, but that's not what they're looking at. What I'm worried about is what they're looking at. Okay. All right. So we're getting a very, very limited number of these. I'm so excited about them. Even the guy where we designed them and sent it over there to him, he was like, I cannot wait until these come out. So that N24/7 is bad to the bone. I'm in 24/7. Yes. Oh, you text me the details? All right, let's see. Okay. All right, I will definitely let y'all know. If y'all want one, let me know. because there's very, 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 very few that I'm going to let go. And then we'll print more someday, I'm sure. But I'm fired up about it.
Collector's item.
It's a collector's item. It's just bad to the bone, man. People going to get it. They're going to start getting it. Think about this. National Convention kicks off the side hustle game. Everybody I know, I'm talking to them about a side hustle. Last night, I was on the sideline of a basketball game. That's what I mean. Like, going to basketball is one thing, but when you go on the sideline and you're behind the scenes, and I walk right into the athletic director, Boo Corrigan, and just stop and chat with the guy. He's the boss of all the coaches. And I go, hey, man, congratulations. They get this big legal battle they've been in for 3 years, a massive legal battle. And so he gives me some behind-the-scenes insights, very comical things that went on with him and the chancellor and the NCAA. And I just love being in on the story. I like behind the scenes. There's this weird thing that one of the football players was talking. You know how they change schools? They go, hey, I'm going to tell you where I'm going to next. I might be leaving your school, or I'm going to tell you I'm staying, right? So this kid does that. He's got this thing all set up. And when his great reveal, he doesn't change schools, and he doesn't stay at the same school. He unveils that he's supporting some app. Like it's called the Gopher app. So he's got like 200,000 people watching, and he says, I'm supporting the Gopher app. And I was like, what the hell? So because I wondered if he was going to come back and be there again. And so I look at it, it's like Grubhub. Like that, where you buy food. It's Brandon Manley, he's big on that Grubhub thing. You order your food and they bring it to you, right? Well, the Gopher app, it's the same thing, but they're going to compete with them. Well, here's the crazy thing. Sitting beside me, this guy pulls up his pant leg. I didn't want to see his leg. He's kind of ugly. And then when I looked at the app, he had the Gopher tattoo that big on his leg. And he said, I'm the guy that started that app. And I'm laughing at him. I'm like, you are crazy. But my point is, like, behind the scenes, like what's going on? Do you know the guy? Like my brother came in here and he introduced a student. I said, I know a guy does that. I know a guy who's president of that company. It's just being in. What's the price? At the when the Little Rascals, they had a clubhouse, and they didn't let everybody in the clubhouse. Well, part of the price to get in our clubhouse is our conventions, and they're very inconvenient. Meaning we just do them. We set up a date. Anything could be going on in your life. I want to tell you this: with VIPs at our convention, we're going to introduce. Y'all ready to do these slides? You pulling them up? Number 1, Brandon and Haley Manley will be there.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice poster. Jason and Tawny Carey will be there. Check out this poster. Nice, Jason and Tawny. Olga and Jason Mathis will be up in here. Whee! Adam and Beth Katz in the house.
Yeah.
Alex and Jenny Abian up in the house. Diane Lampy up in here. Stephen and Holly Davies, number 6. Way to go. Number 5, Paul and Tamara Roberts. Partners in the Alliance. They were sitting at the table with me at the partners meeting in Dallas. Mike and Noel Lewantovich, senior board members. They are very close to being partners. It was funny because we got Davies, Lewantovich, and Riddle, who are really close to being partners. And they said, look, we're trying to close so many deals before the end of the year because of taxes. We'll start on their deals in January. I'm like, okay, all right. Can't argue with that. Andy Riddle and Angela Manzo up in the house. Senior board members. Fitz and Heather Fitzgerald. Senior board members, partners. They were at the table when the partners meeting. We open envelopes and we see how much our stock is going to go up. And for everybody listening, I'm not sure if y'all saw the Well, no reason you would have saw it, but Brant, you can take those slides down. Our CEO came in last week, and he gave envelopes to every employee. So any employee that had been with us more than a year got a check. Anybody that was more than 2 years got a bigger check, and it was based on the stock that they were given. When we started with Integrity, they gave everybody stock. Everybody that had been with us a year got stock. So if you hadn't been with us a year, you didn't get stock, but they said as soon as you've been here a year. But what they did is, since they had another purchase, because Silver Lake came in, they gave employees that previously had not got stock, they got stock. So Debbie, sitting right here, got $13,500 worth of stock, and she's only been with the company 2 weeks, and she got all that stock. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to see your stock go up 20%, 50%, 100%, 200%. So we're driving that stock up. Has anybody else got stock for the first time? You got stock first time? Oh, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people got stock for the first time in our company. Now, you say, well, how do I do that? Marcus, your staff would have stock should you be a partner. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when Levitovich becomes a partner, their staff will get stock in the company. I didn't know how to do that. Now, I'm thrilled to do that for people. And it's crazy because the higher paid they are, the bigger they are in your staff, the more stock they will give them. Like, the more important they are, they honor that and give you more stock. So it's absolutely crazy to be a part of something like this. All right, Marcus Richardson, what's going on, bro? You got anybody on here new?
No one knew. I got everybody running around doing Christmas stuff. Sorry.
That's what I'm doing too. I'm running doing Christmas stuff. Called this meeting. This is my Christmas stuff. By the way, don't say I never give you nothing, because I'm giving you this, everything I got. Marcus, I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
How's your family, man?
Everybody's doing great. Carla is running around. Today's her birthday, so we did a spa day for her. So she is enjoying her spa day. And thank you for making that possible and hanging in there with me for the last 10 years. Because this time, I always tell Carla, I think back like this time, 10, 11 years ago, we weren't talking about spa days. We weren't going to the Ritz-Carlton for our anniversary. Like, none of that was like even in the cards for us. So I appreciate you.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you doing that for your wife. Who else we got on here new? Somebody was telling me, Rojas, is your person on here?
Hey, Andy. Yes, she is. Olive Vision.
I don't see her. And I don't know if it's because, maybe she doesn't have her video turned on. Nah.
I was trying to help her.
Maybe we have. Say again.
I said I was trying to help her in the Zoom. She was having a little bit of trouble.
The reason I say hello to her, because me and Haley were at a restaurant, I don't know when, and just a couple weeks ago, and we talked to this lady, and apparently, what was the deal, Rojas? What's the story? Apparently, I gave her your name.
Yeah, so basically, you all you did was went with Haley to this awesome, like 5-star restaurant, and you really like this girl. All you did was write on a napkin my name, The Alliance. You didn't even put the phone number in there. And so this girl is so crazy. She started looking me up, researching me. She found me on Facebook and shot me a message through Messenger, and all that happens was we started a conversation, got on the phone with her, found out she lived right close to the area. And within weeks, she had her license, man. She just passed her license. Not only that, but she already signed up and paid her convention ticket. And she wasn't even approved for her license. She took an application for insurance home. She's already writing her application. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty fired up about her.
So I texted Haley. I sent her that picture. She replied back. She said, "Me and Mommy recruited our salesperson at Nordstrom yesterday, and Brandon is talking to him today." That's what we do. Like every single person yesterday, I got their phone numbers and took pictures with them. And I don't know if I've ever approached the guy, but I saw him and I started talking junk to him. And I texted him this morning. I said, "We'll call you this afternoon." Here's what my game plan is to be the best follower of Mark Aceta, better than anybody. Meaning, I'm going to get more people in front of Mark Aceta. Why do you want to get them in front of Mark Aceta? Business purposes. The more people I get there, the more I drive my stock up. Personally, why do I get them there? Because I'm going to get them in front of Tim Goad. And if you get them in front of Tim Goad, he's going to change their life. So I'm in a life-changing business because I'm in the get them to the seminar business. Make sense?
Wow.
Now, let me explain
Yes,
something to you, Tyler. I'm actually sold into this. I'm not just faking it. Like I'm a lunatic about it, and I'm going to get more lunatic about it. I was talking to Mark. Actually, was texting with Mark earlier, and he said he was talking about the reasons to get people to meetings. Number one, if you're tired of your people not doing anything, get them to the meeting. They're more likely to do something. It increases your odds, the statistics. When they're there, you can sort better. Like if people don't come, well, they have sorted themselves. Okay? But you sell them like crazy to get there, but if they still refuse to go, and then once they get there, you watch them. The ones that are sitting up front taking notes and learning, that's a big deal. The people that are really good and you get them to the event, they start to see the bigger picture of what's going on. Because when you recruit them, all they're thinking, I can sell and make $100,000. I can recruit a few people and make a percentage off of them. When you get them to the meetings, they start understanding that they can become multi-millionaires. They can change lives, and they can actually become a partner. They start seeing us, and they start believing. Okay, let me tell you a story. You've probably never heard of this guy named Wally Pipp. He played for the New York Yankees in 1925. Wally Pipp. He was the first baseman for the Yankees. The way it works, if you're a starter, it's hard for anybody to replace you. If you're a starter. Well, Pipp didn't want to go to a baseball game because he had an important family meeting. So he asked the coach, he said, I really don't want to go to this game. I got an important family meeting. He said, all right, I will put in your backup. So he put in his backup. His name is Lou Gehrig. I don't know if you ever heard of that name. Lou Gehrig played first base for the Yankees for the next 2,130 games in a row.
Wow.
Apparently he played through sickness, sunshine, cold weather, and family events. Lou didn't want somebody else to step into his position once he got it with the New York Yankees. The one you don't remember is the one that didn't come to the event because of an important family. I don't know if his wife divorced him later. I don't know if she stuck with him. I don't know if the uncle that he went to bury is the one that raised him. I don't know how important the family meeting was, but Lou Gehrig don't care. Lou Gehrig stepped up, and now everybody knows that name. So I'm going to be there. I ain't going to be absent. Have somebody else step up. Okay. Most of the success in this business, there she is. What's up? Unmute and say hey.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
What's your name?
Olivie.
Olivie, good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you.
I didn't get your phone number. I didn't give you my number. I didn't give you nobody. I just put the alliance.
Yes, all you did was on the receipt where you gave me a nice tip, so you for that. You you wrote your name, you wrote Andy Albright, Brian Rojas, and you wrote the Alliance. And I was telling Brian the other day, after I passed my exam, I was in the office and I just told him, I said, I was having a terrible day. I was so depressed because I didn't know what I was doing with my life. And I honestly was really, it was a totally divine moment. Like that was such a God moment when that happened, because my faith was running thin. I didn't understand why I was in such a terrible mood, but I'm just getting into my 30s next year. I'll be 30. And I just really started to think about what is the bigger picture, because I can't just, be a server for the rest of my life and work in restaurants, So yeah, I'm so grateful that you did that. And I looked it up right away, and I was kind of like, this is weird, because it looked very parallel to one of my mentors that I follow on Instagram, and I watch his YouTube videos, Ed Milet. He's a huge business guy. And you remind me of him a bit, actually. And I said, oh my God, this is crazy, because it's just like Ed. I was like, they clearly have a lot of money. They want to help people. They want to help people succeed. And so that's how we met.
I don't recall everything because I think you overserved me.
I did.
I'm not sure. Yeah, that's why I didn't. I never failed to get a phone number. I was overserved. I was cheated. Them dadgum liquid sunshines that y'all serve.
Yes.
Are you still there at 82 degrees?
No, actually, it was a weird situation in that restaurant. I'm happy that we left amicably, but I have been working at the yacht club right in St. Pete on Beach Drive. I live like 5 minutes away, and I am so grateful that I'm going to be out of this industry, because I was working, all these banquets for Christmas, and I'm just like, I can't. I don't want to be the person serving the rich person. I want to be served, and I want to be able to have the money to give to people. And but it's good to be around. But I always love being around people that are successful in whatever way. But there's huge people with huge money at that club. And I feel like I've learned a lot just by being around them.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, most of them people there are wannabes at the yacht club. You're going to be a B. Okay? Like, I'm not kidding. I've not been over there, but most of those clubs, like my country club here in Burlington, the one I was when I was an engineer, but don't get me wrong, you will learn something from them. Most of those people there need you and what you got now. Like, I'm not kidding. They need you and what we got. We're going to go on a rampage, but people want to belong to something. Yeah, Ed Milet. I know Ed, really cool guy, insanely successful. Yeah, he is a friend. He's actually a really close friend of a close friend of mine. So there's one in between, but I know him. Good guy, great business, smart as hell. I'm glad that you unraveled the mystery and got to Rojas. And he is one of the best on the team, one of the highest producers, him and his wife. They're building a massive organization. So we're good. We're glad you are here. And I'm coming over there to the yacht club. I understand one of I think Mike Hilla has been over there. And one of our other neighbors works over there. Or maybe, anyway, there's some connections, but I'm going to see you there. I hadn't been over there yet. Okay. All right. So our national convention, Olavi, 20, come up the 20th. Hang around. The next morning, we're going to be ready to rock and roll. Taking notes. Now, these are the craziest events. Like, if you're a party animal and you want to have a good time, that's what's going to happen. Like, you're going to love it. You'll be like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is more fun. We ain't even talking about making money. We're just talking about having fun. Now, if you're one of those detail persons that wants all the how-tos, that will be delivered to you. You will have more note-taking time and details about products. It'll blow your mind how much information is going to be laid out to you. If you're needing a vacation, if you're needing a getaway to our little country community, come up here to Burlington, dude. You'll be relaxed. You'll be like, oh, Lord. You'll be looking like, yeah, that's it. I can't think of nothing I can say. I know so many things to say. I can't say none of them on the air. You will be relaxed. You want to smoke a cigarette, I'm just going to tell you. You come to our event, it's like a vacation, but I'm going to tell you. You don't want to miss this. Oh, have you ever felt like your life was out of control, or at times, or all the time, felt like what's going to happen next? If you want to get control of your life and you want to know what's happening finally and why it's happening to you, come to our event. We'll show you how to control it. One of my good buddies, last night I saw him. I said, bro, I heard you ain't feeling good. He said, man, my wife's dad's dying and this other guy's dying and sick. And I said, you need a big hug. I give him a big hug. I said, you feel better? He said, I do feel better. I said, bro, you need to come to our convention. He's like, I'll be there. But he's getting, he's my age. And he says, my friends, I've had more friends die than I had when I was younger. I was like, yeah, that's the way it works. My mom's 85. She said, wait, do you see 85? All your friends dead. You can't figure out why you alive. That's the way it's going to be. But if you want to understand that and get a grasp on the rest of your life, come to our event. You'll see how to get control of your life and your situation. You need to be there. It'll change your life. Look at the list. Oh yeah, COVID. Who the heck? I think I got the Omicron right now. I already had the COVID. Now I got the Cronin. Whatever you call it. That's what you call it. Omni something. I had another list of stuff I was supposed to talk about. Where's it at? Oh, I know what it is, but I didn't want my list. Where'd my list go? Oh, there it is. Hey, Alaska. We have tried for 2 years. We've had like 250 people win a trip to Alaska. We had to cancel it. We went to Aruba. We was party. Man, that was a week-long party right there. I'm going to tell you what. Woo! Aruba was crazy. Well, then we did it again this year, and they ain't changed nothing. It's still a mess. So we can't go to Alaska, so we're going to have a party in Cancun. Woohoo! Yeah. I understand that this place that Jennifer has found us, and my wife I think she's been to one of them, is unbelievably beautiful. And the food, they said everything's 5 stars. So we're going to Cancun. So that cat's out of the bag, as opposed to the pig in the poke, which is a different cat in the bag story. So what we're going to do is we can't. So we were like, we want to change it this year. We don't want to go for Alaska. We want to change it to Ireland or something like that. Well, here's the problem. I already give them $850,000, and they said if you want to spend that money, you got to go in 2023. I was like, well, I guess we're going to win a trip to Alaska for the 3rd time in a row. Boom, yow. So January 1, we're going to Alaska. So if any of y'all know Bowden or Fauci or Biden or Biden or whatever, call them up, tell them, say, look here, but we got to go to Alaska. You got to straighten this mess out. Get a vaccine or get some immunities or warm it up. I thought when the summer come, it was supposed to go away. We'd have had 2 summers. So there you go. Now you have it. Win a trip to Alaska. So Olivia, how did she say Olivia B? Olivia?
Yeah, Olivia, you got it.
Olivia.
Yes.
I have taken, not everybody's had this cruise before, but it's unbelievable. I mean, it's 5-star. I don't know if you like those bourbon things or whatever, or scotch, but some of us do. Some of us don't. We got plenty of AA people that don't mean Andy Albright. They don't like it. But here's what we do. We pay the $80. I think it's like $139.95 a day. But we buy them all for everybody. So you get all the drinks, all the food. It's psycho. And we have at least 35 or 45 minutes of training. But it's a lot of training, while we're eating pork chops and stuff at that nice restaurant. But we've been, you travel the inner passageway. The sights are just breathtaking. Hanging out with these crazy guys, Joe Dukes and Bill Krause and Olga and Jason and Andy Riddle. It's just unbelievable, the trips we take. So that's the deal this year. Starts January 1. You will have a ton of bonus points. If you don't win, I'll say this, anybody that don't win that started right now or the first of the year, if you don't win, you really don't want to go, because we give so many bonus points to new people. That's what we want to say. New people. We have just Alaska for 2 manager contests as well. So Jason and Tawny Carey have won as managers. Lindsey Barron has won. Cheryl Morrison has moved in. Mike and Kate Morisi have moved into the leadership. Curtis Jones, Caleb and Kaylee Law have won. And then Jeff Schultz has won the extension, and James and Pam Alara have won the extension, it was going to be Seattle for 2, but I also heard that we don't want to go to Seattle anymore, not because of the COVID. They said it's just not as much fun as it used to be, like before the terrorists took over. I don't know. I'm not saying. That's just what I was told. So our extension now will be a more fabulous resort in Cancun that we're going to transfer to. And then next year, we'll do Alaska, and we'll see if USA takes over from the terrorists in Seattle, or if they don't, maybe we'll go somewhere else besides Seattle for the extension. I don't know. I just work here. Who else has got new people on here? Somebody new that you want to introduce? Riddle, Mr. Riddle, how you doing? Who you got on here?
Hey, man. I got James Tips on here with us. He's brand new out of Charleston, South Carolina. He's under Fred Butler on the Burbage team. Met him last night, so he's on here.
That Fred Butler guy, I like that dude. He's a fighter. I just look at him. He looks like you could put him in a UFC fight in a minute. He'd hold his own. You know it.
He wants to prove you wrong, your Fred comment. Don't be afraid. He wants
you don't want to be a Fred. He says you can be a Fred and make it. But we shall see if Fred makes it big. So who's he got on here? What's the guy's name?
James Tips.
James Tips?
Yeah. Fred and James used to work at Budweiser together. James still works at Budweiser, but that's where Fred knows him from.
James Tips, can you unmute your Tonker thing there?
Yes, sir.
Are you a competitor? Do you like to compete? Are you one of those guys that said, I just like to do the best I can, and if I got beat by a bunch of wussies, that don't make no difference to me? Where do you stand on that subject, Mr. Tips?
I take it how I can get it, man. I just try my...
Well, take it how you can get it. Come January 1, you're going to be competing with Fred, the man.
I've been doing that for the past 10 years, man.
Yeah. Well, you are now in a deal that you can create multi-6-figure income, multi-7-figure income, and we've got a company with billions and billions of dollars that are prepared for you to sell your company and become a partner. And you can do it in 18 months, bro. Multi-millionaire, 18 months from now. How old will you be 18 months from now, Tips?
How old was it? I don't know, almost 34?
You will be almost 34 years old.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
In 18 months. In
Yeah,
18 months.
I lose track. Yep, something like that.
I see he's detail-oriented. He's the guy that's in for the party, I think, Riddle, we're going to have in January.
Yeah.
Well, Tips, you're invited to our national convention. And you will have an opportunity to compete with a bunch of crazy people that are printing money like maniacs. All right,
Yeah,
watch this, Tips. Let me say again.
I hear about that whole printing money thing. It got me interested in it.
Yeah. I'll give you a couple examples here. Joe Dukes, how much money are you going to have deposited in your account this year?
$360,000.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Mathis, how much are y'all going to have deposited in your account?
Hey, Andy, can I change that real quick? Can I change that real quick?
If it's
$360,000. That's more
better.
money than I made in my last job. I'll just put it to you like that.
What was your what kind of bread was you raking in on your old job? How much money?
80,000. Being that I was working as a
job
mortgage as a loan officer in a mortgage bank.
Oh, I thought you was a grocery stacker.
Oh, before that, I was making $30,000 stacking apples for 11 years. But yeah, that was my mortgage job was the between job between apples.
You had an apple stacker job and lettuce. You worked in the vegetable section, right?
I mean, I could trim a head of lettuce faster than anyone I know. That was awesome. I was bad to the bone.
And then your friend got you into selling mortgages. So you doubled your income to $80,000.
Yeah, I thought it was tall cotton, man.
And then the same friend told you about this business, and you pushing $400,000.
Yep.
Mathis, what do you think you and Olga gonna bring in this year?
$325,000, baby.
$325,000. Woohoo! Marcus, what's yours coming in at this year?
Right now, we're at $347,568.98, and I got some stuff that's so we pushing for that 350, baby. I remember when I was on food stamps and state assistance, baby. I'm excited out of my mind.
Tips, that's what we're talking about. Who else has somebody they want to introduce?
Me.
Tim Long?
Yes, sir. Thanks. Hey, I've got Stefan and Emily here in Savannah. They are super sharp. They actually run a breakfast cafe here in Cooler, right outside of Savannah. And actually, that's where Jackie came from, our number one. And so I wanted to introduce them. They're here doing some training today in the house.
I met him. What's his name again?
Stefan. Yes, you guys met at the airport when you flew into Savannah a couple months ago.
Yeah, I did. Well, good to see y'all. Congratulations on the success of that restaurant. I love the leadership that you teach there, and I can't wait to see you implement that in a much larger venue. Can you imagine having 250 people teaching the same principles and getting them in front of Tim Goad and Mark Aceta? It's going to be crazy, dude. The goal is, how many people can you get to come up to national convention? That's the whole concept. All right, Olga, you said you want to introduce somebody?
Yes, thank you, Andy, for inviting us in this call. I'm super fired up about the Alliance. Thank you, Andy and Jane, for giving me this amazing opportunity to this luggage handler. Woohoo! Hey, I'm so proud of Gustavo Perez. He's from Venezuela. He's a helicopter pilot. He has the biggest month this month that is still not in. He's in 15,000 plus or 14,000 plus. He is $7,000 away from the trip to Cancun. And he has tickets, hotel, airplane, everything paid. And he's an amazing person with his wife, Doris. Super proud of him and them.
Well, thank you for introducing. Is he on here? I don't know if I see him.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Mr. Perez. Congratulations.
Hello, Andy. How are you?
And you are a helicopter pilot?
I was a helicopter pilot from Venezuelan Navy. I did that for 20 years, flew in UH-1 November. And I also did a 2 years tour here in NES Corpus Christi, flying search and rescue helicopter.
Well, thank you for your service in the military in Venezuela and for your service in Corpus Christi, saving people's lives. I bet you saw a lot of stuff during both of those tours.
Yes, I did.
Well, congratulations. Looks like you're going to be going with us to Cancun. That'll be fun.
That's right.
I do that my best, but I want to share something with you guys. This will be my second big reunion with the Alliance. And I was there in July at the family reunion, and I got this badge when I was there. This badge is, I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, sir.
This is yes, I got this one. And in only 6 months, I was promoted to key leader. So I jumped from BD to KL. And this is something, yes, and this is something I want to share with everybody, because the knowledge and the coaching that I had back in July helped me to get into this new position. So my recommendation for all the new guys is jump into family reunion, get the training, get the coaching, and you will be being promoted like I did.
Plus, winning all expense rate. When did you, Mr. Perez, when did you start with us? When did you get your license?
I started with the Alliance July 2020, but it wasn't until March this year that I started doing it seriously. I was doing more health insurance, and I was not into life. I was, I was not getting into it. But after I was there at the family reunion, that was a booster for me. That was a rocket.
Are you going to do something to bring some more people to the convention with you?
Yes, everybody that I talk, I let them know there's a big opportunity to get a business by their own and get a good money, have fun, and make a difference.
Okay, so anybody else that's got a new person? Joe Dukes, you have somebody new on here?
Yeah, Andy, I got Cecilia Darrington here. She's a part of James and Pamela's team, just kicking butt, taking names out on the East Coast.
Hey, Cecilia.
Hey, Andy.
Nice to meet you. I want to make sure you know you got a personal invite to come out to our national convention in a couple weeks.
Already coming. My ticket's paid. Yeah.
Congratulations. You're on a great team. James and Pamela are what incredible human beings. And Joe Dukes and Venus, great people, and Levantoviches. Guys, listen, I'm not kidding you. This is going to be epic. All right. Nothing big takes place in your comfort zone. The more uncomfortable, the better chance of something crazy happening. You stay at home, somebody tells you what happened, that's very comfortable. You come up here, get on a fight for the front row, take notes, meet everybody that's successful, shaking hands, look them in the eyes. So listen to this. You can read my book, you can watch the audios, you can watch my YouTubes, you can do it, but until you get up here and smell the success and feel the success by touching people, you see them, you see their whole body, how everything moves together. You watch them, you hear them. Let me tell you this, if you come up here and will get your head out of the sand, you with me? When your head's in the sand, 4 out of 5 of your senses don't work. You come to the event, you have a chance for all your senses to work. You have a chance for you to catch success, catch the sales. Now, if you come up here and half-ass it because you're already in Burlington, or already in Graham, or already in Greensboro, and you come to this meeting and you wander around and you don't focus, you're not going to get your money's worth. Everybody should be taking notes, leaning in, paying attention to everything that's said, and getting every dollar's worth of this meeting, and then put that mess to work. Now, the only thing that I don't like about it, it's not until January 20th. I wish it was tomorrow, because I want people to get started. My son was working a different job, a regular job where he couldn't build his network, and I was like, bro, son, quit so we can start building it today. Let's not wait until January 20. Let's not wait, period. Let's go now. Thank goodness Brandon was giving him hell, and thanks goodness Chris Hill was giving him hell, and Mama was giving him hell. We was all like, dude, if you're going to start, let's start now. Let's do this thing. And now his business is booming. So I want you to, I put some audios up, and I'll put more up that I want you to listen to, because I want you to start now, not wait until January 20. I also posted a leaderboard, Joe Dukes, and I really want to know where you're going to end up next year. I want to know if you're satisfied with number 37 in the United States of America, or if you're satisfied with number 2 in the United States of America. I don't know if we got number 10. If you want to be number 10, I want to know what your goals are for next year. Hierarchy goals and personal goals. And I want you to get started now. I had one guy, he's like, man, next year's going to be huge. I'm going to start January 4th. I was like, dude, you'll be a week. And after I talked to him, explained to him how the math worked, he said, I'm going to start now, because I'm going to have some policies that I've written December 25th, 27th, 28th, and it's going to get issued January 1, and I'm going to go for number 1 in the country. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I want to see people going for it, seeing what you can do, not what you have to do, but what you can do. What are you capable of? Megan Wood is going for, listen to this, 1 million of issued business in 12 months. I might look at, I'm going to check. This blows my mind. Yep, here it is. Listen to this. Number 30 in the country is 230,000. She's going to write 400% more business than number 30. Does that not blow your mind? Like, you think number 30 is probably, within, pretty close. No, double their production, and they're half of Megan Wood. Throw their production on top again, they're 75%. You got to take their production, multiply 4 to get where she is. And she takes 5 vacations minimum a year that she goes somewhere and takes her kids and her parents. It's nuts. People say she don't spend. I tell you what she don't do. She don't waste time worrying about stuff that don't matter to her. I bet you. I said the other day in Dallas. I said she don't know who the president is, and a lot of people say the president don't know who he is. That's what they say. I don't know. I don't know nothing about what Megan Wood knows, and I don't know about that guy. What I know is what I'm trying to do with my life. And people that are worried about the Cincinnati Bengals or the Wolfpack or the Tar Heels, somebody sent me a long-ass letter, okay, wanting to know what I thought about the coach. Give me all this. I guess I don't know if he wants him fired or he wants to give him a promotion, but we don't know what I think about it. I said, first of all, I don't think nothing about it. I give them millions of dollars. They use my jet whenever they want to recruit. And I'm going to have a damn good time when I go to the games. I am not in charge of who gets fired and who gets hired in that deal. I'm in charge of having a damn good time, and I do. You with me? I just got my tickets for the bowl in San Diego. The AD, athletic director, texted me my free tickets. Right, yeah. I give them millions of dollars. They give me 1 free ticket. Listen to this. Number 10. I love number 10. Okay, right now it's Jeff and Kelly Haney. 324,000. So if you doubled their production, that would be 648. Ain't that crazy? That would double their production, 648. And Megan's coming in $1 million. Mark Hutchinson's number 2, 439,000. So if you doubled number 2, if he doubled his production, he would not. It's crazy. Now, but look, I mean, Mark Hutchins will tell you all day long that he sells 2 days a week. He said, if I worked 6 days a week like her, I would do $1 million. I'd do more than $1 million. And I said, I don't care if you don't. Man, how much more money would you make? How big of an example would you set? Would you change people's lives? Could you now give $1 million to Alabama or Georgia? I think he likes Georgia. Could you give the money away? Like, I'm a big giver of money away. Does that make sense? Like, do you drop $100 in tip? Like, when we go to Wolfpack, the first thing I do is drop $100. And I'll be like, what's up, Britt? You say, Albright, what you need? By the way, the 7th, we need to do a party at the Hurricane, Spencer. It's a Friday. Britt will be taking care of us. She'll be up in the Champions Club. Yeah, baby. Who we playing?
She saw you on the court.
Huh? Say again?
Sam saw you on the court.
Saw me on the court.
Yeah.
Who did?
One of the girls in the Champions.
Yeah, that's Britt. That's her. I know.
I saw her though.
Yeah, she told me she saw you. She also works in the Wolfpack Club behind the scenes back in there. And what's the other one's name? Ivy. She's been here before. We need to get her recruited and reeled in. She's almost. We get her. I should turn it over to Olivia V. Olive V. We'll get her to Olive V. I get it. You just calm down. I got this thing. All right. Y'all tracking on this? Where are you going to finish, Joe Dukes? What's the game plan, Dukes? What are you going for? Are you going for $500,000 or are you going for $1 million next year, Dukes? Because it makes a big difference on what your goal is affects what you're going to do January 1.
That's right. 1 million.
1 million. What are you going for, Rojas?
If Joe Dukes is going for 1 million, I need to go for 1 million, baby. I ain't gonna punk out.
What would you be willing to do for a Klondike bar? What would you be willing to do for $1 million income in 1 year? Would you dig ditches? Would you get up early in the morning? Who was I talking to? He said, yeah, we'd get up 9 o'clock. I say, both. You better get your ass up. Get up in the morning and go to work. What are you going for, Riddle? What do you think your revenue will pop out at next year?
1.5 million.
1.5 million. What are you going to do for it? That's the trick. Megan Wood, this past week, issued 24,000. Eric Belair, 18 grand. Sue Love, 18 grand. Joe Dukes, 14 grand. James and Pamela, 14 grand. Jerry and Cassie Burbage, 13. Sam Altieri, 12 grand. Danny Johnson, 11 grand, 6. Marnie Frank is coming alive. Hey, who wants to tell us about Marnie? You want to tell it, Jason, or Olga? Who wants to tell about what's going on with Marnie Frank?
Marnie Frank's awesome. She has come alive, Andy. Man, I'll tell you, this, she's in Tampa. She went to one of our big national events, family reunion, brought her daughter, Sabrina, and she got fired up.
Wasn't it a terrible inconvenience for them? Trying to remember the story. Didn't they drive up here together and almost kill each other or something?
They drove up there. It was a painful drive up. They had to finance their event through credit cards. Sabrina's credit cards had to be. They used those cards. They had to get some extra credit cards. Like, they were doing everything they could. Yeah.
The daughter had to use her credit cards to get her mommy. True that?
True that. And so of course Marnie paid it all back, but they came back from the event, and I went up to Tampa to do some training 3 or 4 days later, and they dropped me off at the airport. And Marnie, on the way to the airport, she said, "You know what? I'm gonna quit telling people I work full time, and I'm gonna start working full time." Her business has just been like this.
And Andy and Sabrina, the daughter, just went with her mom to family reunion because they okay, let me go with you. And then when she saw all the crazy things that we do in family reunion, and she said, I had to get this license. And she goes to school to be a nurse. She has a job, and she do this, and she's making sales to her daughter Sabrina.
14,000 at 14,000.
Andy, she is $7,000 away to get the trip to Cancun.
7,000 away. Do you know how much she's making? How much she's getting deposited in her checking accounts, Olga?
14 this month, $14,000 in December, and she got 8 days left.
So she's been around a while doing nothing or next to nothing. And she's super smart. She can talk the air brakes off of a buzzard. She can go round in circles like a daggum yo-yo. She can sell and don't know it. True that?
True that.
Yes.
She got that.
She's learning.
Don't she got that crazy sparkling red hair?
Yep.
Yes.
She's got the awesome red hair, and sometimes she'll even go into the house with the Pippi Longstockings. And she said every time she does that, she makes a sale. I said, keep doing it.
I'm telling y'all, the clubhouse for the Bad News Bears is back. We are full swing, baby. You with me? 14,000 deposited in her checking account.
And Andy, she found with the leads, she found $150,000 annuity that she's waiting to be transferred the money. She had like 3 annuities right now pending.
Tell Olivia what's the commission on $150,000 annuity for Marnie.
It's about $7,000, over $7,000.
One deal, boom, yeah.
And now she's investing those profits back in her business, and she done bought like $700 in leads over the last 10 days.
Lead team, get ready. They get ready to be calling you everywhere you turn. This business is so freaking exciting. It's such a contradiction. It's life insurance. Like, who the heck? It's like the boringest, dumbest, most simple, stupid thing in the world. You with me? And we make it exciting. And we print money. Like, when I got in this business 21 years ago, and I would meet people, and they were so bored and so not excited, and they looked like they were dying in these meetings I would go to, and I was like, these people are retarded. Something's wrong with them in their head. They're just, and I'm going like, what if we would just get excited about it? We could get stupid rich and buy our own jets and travel all over the world and just, oh my gosh. I was going out of my cabin the other day and I grabbed one of my jackets. One of my jackets had this plastic bag. It was about halfway falling out, and I grabbed it and I pulled it out. And if I don't find it right now, I'm gonna cry. I pulled it out and I said, what is in here? It was hanging out, and it was that stack of cash. That's $100 bills. Well, I've now since reloaded my pocket a couple of times because I give them away so much. But I inspired my CFO. I said, here's what I want. I want $250,000 cash laying around. So anytime I want to, I can roll around in it. He said, all right. You all right? So boom, gave me a $15,000 check. I loaned the guy $15,000 to buy him a car so he'd have something to get around on. And he paid me back this past week. I said, cash it. I had another check for $27,000. I told them, I said, cash it. Now, they say, well, the bank's going to report you if you get more than 10 grand out at one time. You know what I told them? I said, let them report me. I'm getting ready to start having $250,000 on hand. Does that make sense? Just in case something happens, I will have it. Because see, if you tell the bank, if you told them, go to your bank, just go to your bank and say, hey, I need 15 grand. Can I get it today? Well, first of all, you got to have 15 grand in there. Because if you ain't got 15 grand in there and you ask for 15 grand, you might get arrested. They'll be like, what'd you say? Woo! Okay. They won't have 15 grand on hand. Does that make sense? I hate that. So I'm going to make sure. What do y'all think about that? You think that's a good idea? Like people say, you're going to miss out on the interest you can make on that money. I'm going to make up for the interest with excitement when I look at it. All right. Here's what I think, guys. There's this thing called ego. I think a lot of people let their ego get in the way of their income. And by that, they don't want to lay down, like, Darrell, I say a combination of ignorance. No, that's not. A combination of being broke, ain't got no money, and then they're arrogant. They think they know everything, but they got no money. You put that together in a person, you just want to scratch your head. And the only thing, I tell you what gets comical to me is when they got $250,000 in the bank and they're arrogant. You know what I mean? Like they think they know everything. Like, bro, it's $250,000. Like, come on, man. You should make that every month. You see what I'm saying? Like how do you control your ego that you're willing to lay it down and say, like, I ain't got no ego. I want to know what you know. And come to our events. The ego will mess you up. There's another thing called familiarity that'll mess you up. We say, it's not we, but it's preachers and philosophers will tell you that familiarity breeds contempt. Meaning that when people have been before, they get contemptuous. Meaning they don't take notes, they don't re-listen, they don't hear what's being taught, and because they don't hear it, they don't do it. So I want you to come to this event with no ego. I want you to come with a fresh spirit, sitting on front. Spencer, Brandon, Handy, Celine, I want y'all to come in this time with lay everything down and listen to what's said, and then evaluate yourself if you're doing each item that's taught. Make sense? 3 ways you can change your life is the books you read, the audios you listen to, and who you hang around. This event will be the networking event of the century. The people that you can shake hands with and get around this event. The books, you got the books, but you can't associate unless you come here. You ain't going to meet Megan Wood. You ain't going to meet Mark Hutchinson. Who else we got leading this country? Let me give you a top 10 is not necessarily going to be who's top 10. But right now, it's Jeremy Patton. You ain't going to meet Jeremy Patton. If you are going to meet Jeremy, are you going to meet Mark Hutchinson? Belle Krause. Belle Krause is going to be at this event. Nina Wilson. Oh, no, my bad. Nina Harry. We have a change of names going on. Nina, who married to Kyle, is now Kyle and Nina Harry, will be here. Nina Wilson, if y'all recognize the name before. Stephanie Rodriguez is number 6 in the country, number 7 in the country. Number 8 in the country is Robert Wilson. He'll be here. Number 9 in the country, Marcus Richardson. You see him on there. Jeff and Kelly Turner. Now, could be in the top 10, Jonathan and Maggie Yakey. Oh, I want to tell you about this. If you could, it's magical. Let me tell you how to make money. Adele?
I know.
It's real simple, but it's real hard, okay? It's simple, like easy to do, but you can also easy to not do it. Here's the way you do it. You actually see what you believe. A lot of people think they believe what they say. I believe what I see. That's not the way it works. You see what you believe. So if you think, I'm going to come to this event and try to change my life. Then you will see a life-changing event because you believe it. Does that make sense? Okay. So Megan Alleman used to be Megan Alleman. She's coming to this event because John Maxwell is speaking. I don't care why you come, but she wants to come because she thinks John Maxwell will change her life. He's a great speaker. Well, something was going on. Huh? Ice storm. There was an ice storm, and Maxwell was not able to show up. Did we do it on the screen? I think so. We did it on the screen. What changed her life, she went to Jim Henson. Jim Henson, who is now in his late 70s, one of my best friends. By the way, if y'all hadn't heard, Jim fell down and broke his shoulder, busted all to pieces. He is in an absolute mess, but he's fine. He's fine. He might have had too much CC. So he didn't feel anything. Might. I don't know. He's badass. He's a tough dude, man. Nothing phases him. He said, I'll be all right. A couple months. It'll heal back. They're not going to put a cast in or nothing. But if y'all want to text him and tell him you love him and you're praying for him, he'd appreciate that. And if you send him Canadian Club, he'd appreciate that too. Seriously, for Christmas. That'd be a good gift. All right. So Megan Alleman, at the time, she sits down with this guy who's been in insurance. He's been president of 5 different insurance companies. Multimillionaire again, because he's with us with integrity. Okay? She sits down with him and she said, if you had to do over coming out of college, he went to college, he played college tennis, I think Oklahoma or Oklahoma State. Oklahoma. Played tennis there, he was on the tennis team. He come out and he got him a normal job and he moved up by kissing up, working 20 hours a day, crazy committed to his companies, became president of 5 different insurance companies. Okay? Very well. Done very well. She said, what would you do? Pursue your path or the path that Albright's taken? The path that my mama took. Her mama's a big-time producer. By the way, good news on that fight. Her mama's fighting ALL leukemia. And they're fighting it like crazy, and she's had some good blood counts. Not like she's got a hell of a fight ahead, but we'll let you know, give that. So should I take my mama's path, Andy's path, Fitzgerald's path, or should I take your path? And he said, look, it's a huge decision in your life. A huge decision, Tips. Huge decision. What are you going to do with your life? He said, if I had to do over again, I would be totally independent and I would build my own business with Albright. I would not take that corporate route. And she said, that's what I'll do. Multi-6-figure income. Takes off when she wants to, travels when she wants to. Oh, and at the event, she met this cute young man who was very, very sharp named Jonathan Yakey and married him. So now it's Megan and Jonathan Yakey, very successful team, all became because she came to one of our events. These events are life freaking changing. Who you sit down and talk with. I think Jim will be able to travel by January, and he just don't miss our events. All right. So here's the way it works. The number of people you have equates directly to your success. Okay? So the number of people. You being there is huge. You getting another person is twice as good. Another person that's 3 times as good, 4 times as good. It keeps going up. The other reason you want to have a lot of people at this event is because of the next event. Now we've got, if you bring 4, now you've got 4 people busting our arse to get people to the next event, not just you by yourself. So then it's going to compound itself. It's making sense? So the numbers of people equate to the success. There's one other disease you don't want. It's called ITC. I'm too cool for school. There are some people that are too cool for school, and it's going to bite you. You've got to have that open mind to build this business. Mega money going to be given away, Foresters contest. top 75, top 50 producers right now. Megan Wood is on track to get $4,000. Mark Hutchinson, shocking, $4,000. Eric Belair, $3,700. On and on. These are cash awards. Mike and Carrie Williams looks like they're on track to win $10,000. That is crazy talk. I don't think they've ever. I don't know if they've ever got a bonus of $10,000. Martez Washington, part of Davies' team, on track for $8,000. Jerry and Cassie Burbage. I wish I had him on here. Can you tell everybody what he used to do, Riddle? The Burbage story.
Yeah.
$6,500 bonus.
Jerry, prior to this, was working construction, and he was lifting I believe it was a bag of concrete or his roofing stuff. I can't remember, into the back of a truck, and he had to like lean it in and threw his back out. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor told him to find a different profession. And then he responded to one of my ads I ran. And Jerry and Cassie are blowing up like crazy. Their team's doing awesome. They just had their first agency manager breakout this month in Fred Butler. He just hired a sharp guy down in Florida that he's super excited about. So they're on fire right now. I just got back from there last night.
Tom, didn't you say you did a home meeting?
Yeah, we did a home meeting in Fred Butler's house last night.
Tell me how that works. Kind of high level, like you're teaching me how to do one.
We had some of the team there, some of the guys, the local guys there, and they opened it up to where they could bring new people in. And we basically showed the plan in his house. We sat down. It's more of a relaxed atmosphere. We're sitting on the couch, just hanging out a little bit, getting to know each other. Had some people, the new people came in, showed up, got to meet them, socialized a little bit, showed them what we do and kind of what we're doing and needed some help. And basically from there, got some new people going. And then basically what we're doing is schedule a meeting with those new people to do a home meeting at their house with some of the people they know. So kind of like networking off that. And that's where Tips came from. Sure. I just met him for the first time last night.
Keep it simple. Don't go to the house. Invite their friends. Cancun, I want y'all to know, Megan Wood has 732,000 points with no bonus points. That's enough if she can take a friend, all expense paid, to Cancun, plus an extension, plus invite another couple, mom and dad or cousin, and anybody she wants to. Another 2 people can go with her. I'm just telling y'all, at 135,000, everybody should win a trip next year to Alaska, baby. We're gonna go to Alaska. Almost 100% guaranteed. Hey guys, thank y'all for plugging in. Love y'all. Let's go kill this thing. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. This thing is on. Let's do it. I'll go get it. Woohoo. God. I think I got one more person.
Yeah.
Oh no.